Hello everyone, welcome to part 3 of Initiation with CheckiO. Let's get started. So I wanted to start this one off by showing you a wacky answer that I came up with. And this is a great example of how how you shouldn't be programming, okay? So let's go to max digit. And I'm gonna show you the answer that I came up with, which is unnecessary. So here it is. So as you can see, it's pretty long. So let's go through it. So basically what we're gonna do is we wanna find the max, the largest digit in this number, okay? So remember, we can't iterate through a number. We have to turn it into a string first. So let's see what I did. So I created an empty list to add numbers to. Here I took the number, I turned it into the string, and then I kind of turned it back to a number. As you can see, I kind of reassigned all of these numbers here. This is totally unnecessary, but I wanted to see if I could get it to work, and it was pretty cool. I actually got it to work. So here I made every single string that's the corresponding integer, and then I just basically went through the list, and then I added it to my list, and then I returned the biggest digit from that list, but then I turned it into an integer, okay? Without this integer, it'll give me back the string, and the answer, as you can see here, they don't want the string, they want the number, okay? Now I'm gonna show you why this is not good practice, because watch, when I press check solution, it takes a really, really long time. And programming that, see, as you can see, a task solved, but that took way too long, okay? I just wanted to share that with you, okay? So let's go on to the next one. Here we go. You need to find how many zeros are at the beginning of the string, okay? Notice here at the beginning there are none, in the beginning there are 2, so on and so forth. Okay, so I'm going to show you the way that I solved it, again using pseudocode. I want you to go ahead and try to figure out the answer yourself. So let's say here we start off with the function. Again, this is pseudocode, so I'm going to be very lazy here. Beginning zeros. I may even misspell some things, okay? Beginning zeros. Let's just put this in just so everything looks nice. Okay, so the first thing that I did was I started a counter of how many zeros are gonna be. So let's say counter equals 0, and you've seen me done this in a couple of solutions, okay? Now, going through these zeros, as you can see, there's strings here, okay? They are not integers, they're strings, so I can iterate through that list. So what I wanna say, I want to grab the 0. So I want to indicate exactly what I'm grabbing. So I want this. I want the string 0. So basically you're going to create a variable and set it equal to that string 0, basically what you want. Okay? Now that you've indicated that, you can go ahead and write your for loop. Here's your for loop that you're going to write here. For x in numbers, and I forgot to give it an argument here, okay? So for x in numbers, so you're gonna basically say if it's a 0, if it's a string of 0, I want you to add to counter, okay? If it's not, we're gonna stop. Okay, and then finally, you are gonna give me back the answer. So how do we give things in functions? You have to return it. So here it has to be a return statement. Okay, so this was the way that I did it. There are plenty of ways to figure this out. So again, start off with your counter, set your variable equal to what you want. Here's your for loop. If it's equal to 0, I want you to add it. If it's not equal to 0, I want you to stop, and I want you to return the count. Okay? So good luck with that one. All right, this one I had a hard time with this one. Between markers. This one was very difficult for me. And actually, I will show you how I got to this answer. If you go ahead and look at the hints, this is the great thing about this. It'll give you hints, and it'll actually show you the answer. Notice that it's achieved with only one line of code. Well, I'm not that good. I'm still a beginner, so I wasn't able to do that in one line of code. I did it in multiple lines of codes. So let's see what I did here. So here's your function. Here's my empty list, okay? And I basically set a variable so that I can use later at the index of start, okay? So basically start is this, end is this. So this is basically saying, hey, whatever I want, when it starts with this is whatever goes after that is what I want, and then it's gonna end with that. Basically here, if you say what is Apple, they want whatever's in between the markers, and here are the markers, you want Apple, okay? Here are the markers, Apple. So I can't say something like this. I can't say, all right, give me the index of this. Because as you can see, the marker could change. It could be anything. It could be that. It can be whatever. Okay, so I can't really define it that marker. I have to say start of what it was. Okay, let's go like that. Okay, so I set my variable. Okay, this is where it's gonna start. So I can use this later. I want to use this. Okay, I set another variable for the ending. Okay, as you can see here. Again, I want to take these and I want to use them. Okay, and here I'm basically adding to my answer.append. I'm taking the text at the index of beginning. Okay, notice I'm taking beginning and I'm using it here. Okay, I want the beginning to the ending. Okay, so that's why I set those variables so I can use them here in the future. So at this point right now, this is taking all of this text. It's taking beginning, it's taking all this, and it's taking the end, and then it's adding that to that list here, that answer. But remember, the program doesn't want the markers, it just wants what's in between the markers. So what I did here, I had to make that a string. So I put an empty string dot join, and I joined the answer to an empty string. So basically here, I converted a list into a string. This is not gonna work unless you do that. So this was, it was a little difficult for me to find that. So there it is. And finally, remember when this is done, I'm returning this and I'm basically stripping these two off. Okay. Answer equals answer.replace. So I'm replacing the start with a blank. Okay, so I'm taking this, I'm replacing it, and I'm taking it, making it a blank. I'm taking the end, and I'm making it a blank, and finally, I'm returning the answer. Okay, as you can see, it was a lot of steps here. As you get better with programming, you'll be able to shorten all your code, write more efficient code. Again, like I said, I'm still a beginner, and I'm still learning. But the good thing is that this answer here works. As you can see, and again, it took a while, but it solved the task, and that's the most important thing, is that you get the answer correct. So let's go on to another one. Yeah, this one I had a little difficulty. I believe that my answer matches the hint. Let's see if it does. Yeah, it does. So let's go ahead and I'm going to explain what's going on here. So basically here, this is asking if the length of the text is even. Because if it's not even, then you can't evenly divide these into pairs. Okay? So here, if it's not even, notice I have an exclamation mark here. Okay? This would say if this is even. This would say if this is not even. Okay, so if it's not even, you're gonna make it even by adding on plus equal. You're gonna add a little underscore to that text to make it even. Okay, and here we have a while loop going on. So while text, so basically while true, while there's text in there, you are going to take that text and you're gonna add from the first one and the second one. Now this, it should read, it would make sense if it says 0, 1, but it doesn't include the 1. So if you put 0, 2, it'll include 0, it'll include 1, but it won't include 2. And then I'm basically reassigning this to, I'm reassigning text to start at the next one. Okay? Again, this was a little difficult. I hope I didn't confuse you with that one. Again, I'm still a beginner. I'm still learning. And I hope you learned from that. Let's go on to the next one. All right. Again, this one I had a little trouble with. So I would go and look at the hints over here. Okay, again, my answer matches the hint. As you can see, I was having a really difficult time, so I just kind of copied it. Again, I encourage you to come up with your own answer, but sometimes it's just really difficult. As you can see, look at this one. This is in one line. That's pretty cool. But so anyway, basically saying, take the first digit, make it capitalized, and then add it back to the text, but starting at the first index. If the text does not end with a period, add a period onto it. Okay, so read through these hints. These hints are definitely helpful. Let's do one more. Is even. This one's pretty simple. Oops. Let's go to is even. Okay. So let's take a look at this. So you're basically going to use this. I'll just give you one line of code. It should help you out tremendously. So this statement is basically saying, is this even? Let me show you with the shell. So let's say 2 modulo 2 is equal. Actually, let's just hit enter. I should get 0 here. Okay, this means modulo, this gives you the remainder. Okay, so let's say again 4 modulo 2. This should also give me 0 because 2 goes into 4 evenly with no remainders. But if we do 3 modulo 2, I believe this should give me 1. Okay, 2, okay, here we go, is equal to 0. Okay. So basically what I'm saying here, does 2 go into 2 and leaves me with a remainder of 0? Yes, that's true. Okay. So let's say 3 modulo 2 is equal to 0. This should give me false. Because 3 modulo 2 will not yield 0, it'll yield 1. So in this statement, you're going to say if the number is even, return true. If it's not even, return false. Okay, and hopefully that will help you out. And finally, the last one. So here, I'm gonna leave it for you to try to figure this out. If anyone can come up with a unique answer and post it on the comments below, the first person to do that, I will gift you a Becoming Awesome subscription. So here, make your friend awesome. I would love to make you awesome if you can help me out. Good luck, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.